Now, we're going to talk about dependent probability. And dependent probability is when we have some events and we do not replace what we did on the first event. Remember, on independent probability, after we selected something, we put it back. For dependent probability, we're going to select something, not put it back, and then select something else. So let's look at an example. We want to know what the probability of pulling a red and not replacing it and then pulling a yellow. So the probability of pulling a red, our total number of things is 20, so that's the denominator, and 5 is the numerator because there's 5 of these red items in there. And then the probability of pulling a yellow. Remember, when we pulled the red here, we did not replace it, so that's 1 less in this bag of 20, so that would be 19, right? So to find the probability of red then pulling a yellow would be the probability of the red times the probability of the yellow, and that would be 10 over 380, and that would be 1 over 38. Because we can simplify this, divide both of these by 10, that gives us 1 over 38. So the probability of pulling a red, and then pulling a yellow would be 5 over 20 because there's 5 reds, and then 2 over 19 because once we pull one from here, that's only 19 left. So we would multiply 5 over 20 times 2 over 19, which would give us 10 over 380. And we simplify it, it's 1 over 38. All right, let's try another one. Let's say, and this is dependent probability still, where we do not replace it. Let's say, what's the probability of pulling a white? First, not replacing it, and then pulling a blue. All right, so the probability of pulling a white is 7, because it's 7 whites over 20. 20 is the total. Once we pull that one, we're not going to replace it, so the probability of pulling a blue would be 6 over 19 instead of 20. So then we multiply. We have to multiply these two. 7 times 6 is 42. 20 times 19 is 380. I know we can simplify by 2. That would be 21 over 195. Because 380 divided by 2 is 195. So the probability of pulling a white then a blue would be 21 over 195. Remember, when you're doing dependent probability, we are not replacing what we do on the first pull.